Copper loves his towels. Alright, towel yourself off. Here you go. Do it yourself. You want to get a treat? Come on. Let's go get a treat. Come on. Oh, shut up. Nerdy dude stuff. For those of you keeping track at home, today's beer of the day is called D's Nuts. This is a peanut butter and hazelnut ale with a very, very nice filtered dark color. This comes out of 105 West Brewing out of Castle Rock, Colorado, with a 5.1 ABV. This is a nice, delicious ale, a little bit on the darker side, and it really has a lot of nutty flavor, just like it says on the can with that peanut butter and hazelnut. So I wanted to do this different than the way we do it because we had this beer on stream after we lost Copper, and I wanted to give a cheers to Copper before starting today's video. So cheers to Copper and cheers to you guys. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and all that good stuff. If this is your first time finding the channel, please take a moment to consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on the bell notification as we post content weekly, and we do a stream every Monday at 2 p.m. Now, if you're new to the channel, we have been getting into a lot of hobby mining, such as Helium, such as little ASICs from Gold Shell, such as PlanetWatch. And one of the big questions that we're getting from a lot of people that are involved with PlanetWatch with us is how can we have someone that's hosting our PlanetWatch miner have access to be able to monitor it, to see it, or can we add multiple miners, I should say, to our accounts? How can we do that? So on and so forth. So today I wanted to kind of give a breakdown on what's possible to do with your mining setup, with providing the hosts opportunities to access the miner details and so on and so forth, and hopefully get those questions resolved. So let's jump over to the screen, take a look, and we'll go from there. Of course, before we get going, we want to shamelessly plug and promote our t-shirt shop where we have a few great designs that you guys can buy for yourselves. I have mine coming in the mail. I have a Let's Go Bitcoin shirt and, of course, a Shut Up Copper shirt. I am going to be limiting the Shut Up Copper shirts to be removing this from the store at the end of the month, just for obvious reasons with my beloved Beagle passing away. I want to keep this super limited and close to the heart. So if you guys still want to get one of those and support and love the channel, I greatly appreciate it. Otherwise, we're going to be removing this at the end of this month, at the end of 2021, and we're going to be getting this design actually tattooed on us somewhere just in memory of Copper. So check the link below. Got some great t-shirt designs. Anywho, PlanetWatch is currently sitting at about 43 cents, 43.412. I've been watching that bounce back and forth. So we're still really, really happy with that, with a total of 22,355 Awair Element sensors out there earning Planet tokens, and we have about 309.84 in the recycling bin. Now, rewards have been dropping a little bit in the past week. It happened at the beginning of November when the app first launched, and I believe they addressed that in the AMA today, which we are going to be watching a little bit later because we've had our hands full. And we're going to be talking about that. Quick little sneak peek. If you guys haven't subscribed, turn on the bell notification, stuff like that. We are going to be doing an unboxing video on next Tuesday of a Helium miner. We've been talking about it. I don't want to go into too much detail, but we're very excited as we finally are going to be able to have our hands on it. So make sure you check that out. Now, let's get into the main topic. What everyone has been asking is if we have, because my personal setup is I have 4 Awair Elements. I have one at my house, one at my in-laws' house, one at my brother's house, and one at a really close family friend's house. Now, fortunately, the 2 people that that are hosting the miners, my in-laws, it's essentially, you know, they whatever. But the 2 people that I have hosting that are outside of my area, like my brother and my really close family friend, I have promised them 25% of the miner profits to have, you know, the miner plugged in using their Wi-Fi and using their internet there. Other people are kind of doing the same situation, but they're being asked if those individuals can access the details and the content of those Awair Elements, whereas my hosts aren't accessing that. And they're also asking, can you have multiple accounts with multiple Awairs and so on and so forth. So I want to do a breakdown of that here on screen as simple and easy as I can. So you're going to want to go to, if you're in the US, planetwatch.us, and there's going to need to be 2 different accounts. If you're on planetwatch.us, it is going to need to be a different, it's going to be the same, like use the same credentials, but it will be a second account. So on planetwatch.us is where you purchase your licenses. Every license that you purchase that you want to earn under your profile, you need to purchase from the same email on planetwatch.us or planetwatch.io if you're outside of the US. Then you have the Explorer, and this is where you actually link your sensors to start earning with those licenses, and you need to also register and have a second account, which if you just use the same credentials or the same email to sign up, it makes things a lot less confusing for you. And then when you actually you're ready to set up your Awair element, you download the PlanetWatch app, and then the the login credentials for that PlanetWatch app will not be, unless you made the same credentials and the same login and password, will not be what you purchased your licenses with. It will be No, it will. I'm sorry. It will. The app has two different things. When you log into the app, the licenses will be linked to that email. And then when you go to add the Awair Elements, you will then be required to re-log in with your Explorer to get those licenses. And I believe what you would also want to make sure you do is when you have the actual Awair official app, you want to use the same credentials that you use on the Explorer on this app, so it then pulls up your miners. So that way you're all in one basket. Again, you can only have 5 maximum without going through advanced KYC. I know it's a little confusing there. Now, if someone wants to monitor, like you see here, I've got my 4 Awair Elements. If someone wants to monitor your Awair element, this is where things get tricky. First, you can sit there and maybe give them access to your app, which I don't recommend unless you 100% trust them with your life. And if anything were to happen, you would shoot them. So I don't fully recommend that. And then also, when you need to link the licenses, you need to have them all linked under your credentials if you want to have them in the same account. Otherwise, if you're going to have one of these devices hosted at someone else's house, you're going to need to create a completely separate account for them with the license purchasing, with the Explorer because it requires KYC, and also with the app here. And that's going to let them actually use and see that one. Or if they have 2 homes and you're all agreeing and sharing, however many Awairs that you have set up. Remember, you can have 5 per person. So unfortunately, if you're sitting in a situation where you want to build like a mining network or something along those lines, and these individuals want this individual information, they would have to have these devices individually set up to them on their own account, under their own name, under their own licenses. That's just really the biggest, the easiest, the lack of headache that you can ever do. You unfortunately won't be able to say, I'm going to give... Go to my sensors. There we go. I'm going to give my one sensor here to Timmy, and then I'm going to let him see this information, but then that's going to pull this off because when you go onto the Explorer, which this is the Explorer, which is also the same as the Awair app in here, this is pulling from the credentials for the Awair Elements, and if you were to assign it to Timmy and his credentials, it would pull that sensor out of your Explorer account, and then you would need to set Timmy up with his own Explorer and his own Awair element profile, and just to get him to be able to see that. Now, if it's a situation where Timmy then says, hey, I've got 5 other locations and I want to partner with you and I can host 5 more, then you would be, instead of going through advanced KYC, then you would need to look in the possibilities of opening up Timmy a full account to fill all 5 slots if he's available to host. You wouldn't really need to be able to keep that umbrellaed under one main network. Since we're talking about licenses and the way to purchase them, the only way that we can do that now, because they stopped everything on November 8th, is to purchase them using Planet tokens. Of course, you can get Planet tokens in the US on Bitmart, and if you're outside the US on Bitfinex, and then you could either just send them when you do the transaction to purchase a license from Bitmart or the actual My Algo wallet. We can do full videos on that in the future, but the one thing I wanted to touch base on is that if you want to cash out your Planet tokens or purchase Planet tokens or trade them or anything along those lines, your only option right now is Bitmart, and Bitmart has some expensive fees to withdraw. And I want to go ahead and see, where's my Planet tokens here? I'm going to go ahead and pull these up so that way you can see and kind of my workaround to go ahead and get oh, well, I'll have to enable the 2 factors. I haven't done that at the moment. But in order to get your profit or withdraw, or if the people that are hosting, they don't want the Planet tokens and it's too expensive to cash them into USDT and then transfer them out, because I believe it's like $10 USDT as a withdraw fee. What your options are here is very, very simple. We're on PlanetWatch. PlanetWatch is based off the Algo blockchain. Planet withdrawals are expensive, very, very expensive, like 40 planets or something along those lines. Bitcoin is like 0.005. Bitmart is very, very expensive to do these withdrawals, but there is a workaround. And that workaround, ladies and gentlemen, is our favorite token, Algorand. As we know, Algorand is a 0.001 transaction fee. The minimum withdrawal amount, not minimum withdrawal amount, but the fee to withdraw off of Bitmart for Algorand is 0.01 versus $10 with USDT versus 0.005 Bitcoin. It's 0.01. So if you want to get your tokens off, if you want to get profit from your PlanetWatch, what you would need to do is exchange your PlanetWatch to USDT, and then you can then take your USDT and trade, and then you can trade that to Bitcoin and go Algo, or you can take USDT and trade Algo, and then you can take cash on crypto.com or Coinbase by transferring your Algo there, and that is a cheap, easy workaround for that. Anywho, that's going to do it for me today, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me on Telegram, Twitter, or Discord. I did take a little bit of a hiatus for the past few days because of the loss of our family pet Copper. I do appreciate all the positive comments you guys have left on the stream comments and in Discord. He was very loved, and we will miss him dearly. So other than that, like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell notification, all that good stuff. I'm Oprius, and we'll see you guys next time. I know it's a little quick with us just losing Copper, and we feel a little guilty, but unfortunately, sadness won't bring Copper back to us. And he was me and my wife's dog, and now that we have twin toddlers, he didn't want anything to do with them. So we decided that we were going to go out and bring a new addition into our family, so that way we have a beautiful little puppy that the girls can grow up with together. And I want to introduce everyone to our beautiful little yellow lab boy, Axel. So you'll be seeing more of him. We'll see you guys soon.